If you're a seller in the print-on-demand niche, these are my top 10 tips for you to take your print-on-demand business to the next level. What's up guys, Bodie here, BodieDavison.com, check that out. So today's video, top 10 tips for print-on-demand. 10 of the things that have really helped me and are definitely going to help you guys. A lot of you guys are beginners to print-on-demand, so these are tips that are really going to help you take your business to that next level. If you're new to the channel, I like to talk about print on demand and making money online. So make sure you check out the print on demand playlist, the Teespring tutorial playlist, and join the print on demand mastery Facebook group, which is completely free. Make sure you go and join it. Lots of conversations in there. And if you like this content, please give the video a like for me. And if you're new, make sure you hit subscribe. All right guys, so let's get into the first tip that I have for you. It's just a general reminder of our overall strategy. So our overall strategy is to do high volume. So high volume of designs, so good designs. You don't want to take the low volume approach. So low volume is people that take way too long on each design and really overthink it and never really get anywhere. So you want to be doing like 100 designs on the top 3 websites. So like Merch, Redbubble, Teespring. You want to have 100 designs up there, and then you're going to take that high volume approach. When you have 100 good designs, so you do your research as I've taught you in these videos, when you have that 100 good designs, you're going to get so much more sales than if you're just doing a low volume approach with these really high quality designs that you've taken way too much time on. So that's just a general reminder that high volume is our approach, and check out my other videos if you need tips on how to do this and how to do your research to find a niche, etc. All right, so the next one is one that I've been asked quite a few times, and that is, can you use like free stock images? So you can go to many websites like unsplash.com and pexels.com and different websites like that where they have free high quality images on there. And then people have asked me whether you can use those images on t-shirts. Well, the short answer is yes. The long answer is no. The reason for the no is because if you upload that to, let's say, Teespring, you have that image on there and someone else has uploaded the same image, and then someone else, because these are all free stock images and everyone's doing the same thing, then it's going to be a copyright against whoever was posting second and third and onwards. So whoever posted first, that would be their image. Whoever posted second and third, then they get copyrighted strike on posting that image. So as I said, short answer, yes, you can use them, and they will probably be high quality photos and stuff as well. But long answer, definitely no, because everyone else can do that as well. So if you're posting the same images and then the first person posts it and then everyone else posts afterwards, then you're going to get the copyright strike, and it's just not a good idea really. The next tip, social media. So social media, huge for Teespring. When you're starting out with Teespring, you have to establish your trust score, which I'll go over in one of these other sections here in a second. So you need to be driving traffic because you need to get those first few sales on Teespring to establish your trust score. This isn't as important for the other bigger merch sort of websites. But with Teespring, it's actually huge. You need to drive them first few sales, get that trust score established, and then they'll start marketing you on their marketplace. So social media is massive. Instagram especially, using targeted hashtags. I have videos on this as well. So you want to be driving people in your niche using those niche hashtags to your listings, which are about shirts that they're interested in because they're in that niche. Then they click on your link in your bio because you have call to actions in your post to go to your link in the bio, and then they click through, and then they have a Teespring storefront that's in their niche, and they're going to be very likely to buy. That's going to drive those initial sales that you need to bring up your trust score, and then eventually you won't need to use it, but it's still a good idea to build a brand social media presence because brands are very powerful and they can just drive you more traffic in the long run anyway. Next tip is talking about print-on-demand websites and which ones you want to be a part of. So I've been pretty open with which ones that I suggest on this channel. So there's Teespring, obviously, Merch by Amazon, Redbubble. Those are the top 3. If you were just on those 3, that's awesome. But I also suggest Teechip and Sunfrog. But the top 3 and the most important are definitely Teespring, Redbubble, and Merch by Amazon. They're the biggest marketplaces for t-shirt sales. and they're definitely my top 3 for sure. So you're going to get a lot of traffic off of those websites because they're so big and so established, and people go in there and they're looking to spend money. It's pretty much as simple as that. So next we're going to talk about dots per inch or pixels per inch for the shirts. Each print-on-demand website has their own requirements for this, and usually it's around 300 plus. But you can upload smaller dots per inch than that and they will turn out fine. I've ordered samples of 150s per inch and it looks fine. So I know that some of these apps like Typorama, etc. do come out on the lower end of this, but I have seen them printed out and they do come out quite well. I don't know if this gets redone by the actual print-on-demand divider, but if you are aiming for that 300 per inch, then you're pretty much going to be fine. If you're using Canva or Placeit.net, then they're definitely going to come out on the higher end of this and you'll have some really, really good designs. So the next thing we're going to talk about is using an external designer. So kind of like the last tip that we went through there. Using something like Placeit.net to make your designs is great because yes, some of these websites have their own designer, but you can't take that design and then upload it to the other. So let's say you designed it on teespring.com, you can't take that design and then upload it to Redbubble and Merch by Amazon. Whereas if you use Placeit.net, you get that high quality, high DPI dots per inch, and then you can download it and then upload it to all 3 of these websites. So you've made one shirt, but you've uploaded it 3 times. And then if you've made 100 designs, you can upload that 300 times. So that's why using an external designer like Placeit.net is so vital. You can make these awesome designs. They have so many wicked logos and stuff on there. I know you guys have checked this out. And then you can download that and upload it to all 3 of your websites in one go. Okay, so the next tip is talking about formatting for the actual print-on-demand website. So quickly, all you need to know here is that Merch by Amazon is the only one that you have to worry about the format on. Yes, you want to have it as big as possible so it turns out as good as it can. So like if you go 5,000 by 5,000 on Canva to make your designs, that's going to be a lot better. It's going to be a high quality design. But anyway, if you're using Merch by Amazon, you need to be 4,500 by 5,400. So just remember that. And you can use a website called bulkresizePhotos.com. You can find that and then go there, resize your images, and then upload it straight to Merch by Amazon from there. So it works out well. It's only one you have to do this with, so the rest are fine to upload at 5,000 by 5,000 or whatever it is that you've done your design at. So if I'm counting this right, we're up to tip number 8. So tip number 8, it's going to be Teespring Trust Score. I did touch on this in an earlier tip. What the Teespring Trust Score is that you have to have an established few sales, somewhere between 2 to 10, before they give you a trust score. Once you have a trust score, you go onto the Teespring marketplace, and you can also go onto what's called their boosted network, where they'll advertise you all around the internet. They'll do email marketing for you. They'll push your ads everywhere, and then they just take a percentage of the sale each time you sell a shirt. So the best way to get the trust score established, as I've talked about before, is using social media to drive traffic to your listings and then initiate sales that way. Once you get those sales, you can get that trust score and then you can get onto Teespring's marketplace, as I said. We've changed rooms. All right, guys, next tip is, can you buy your own shirts or buying your own shirts? So with Merch by Amazon and with Teespring, this is important, but with Redbubble, it doesn't matter so much. So let me explain that. Merch by Amazon has a tier system. So the first tier is 10 shirts. So you have 10 designs. Then once you've got those shirts done, you can do 25 designs, like that many sold. So you can actually buy your own shirts on Merch by Amazon and it will add to your ranking. But on Teespring, this doesn't work. So if you buy from your IP address or anywhere like that you're buying from with your own card, things like that, they won't actually count that as a sale. So Merch by Amazon, there is a tier system. That tier is 10 shirts, then you go on to 25 and then it goes 50 and onwards. So you can buy your own shirts, but obviously it's not the best way to do it, but you can unlock that next tier of 25 if you buy your own shirts. Teespring, you cannot do this unless you're on another IP address or unless you get someone to purchase them for you, sort of thing. So they could be at a different house, it could be friends or family, or you could be at work on a different IP address and that is one way to work around the fact that you cannot buy your own shirts to help you get onto the marketplace and onto the Boosted network. And tip number 10 for the day. So 10th tip, here we go. My 10th tip for print on demand, and my top tip for sure, is that you need to be consistent. So if you're not consistent, you're not going to get anywhere. And this is quite tough for some people because they start out and they're very excited and everything, they're learning everything and they're trying to do more and more designs, but then over the weeks and months they tend to slack off, and this is where then they start to get negative and think it doesn't work, and they're not making as many sales as they thought because they thought they were going to be a millionaire overnight. We've all been there. But anyway, you need to be consistent. So people that are consistent and keep on going and keep on making designs and keep uploading to all these big platforms, eventually you're going to get the ball rolling, and then you'll get more and more push from these bigger platforms and you'll make heaps more sales. And that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 tips for print on demand. So that's actually very hard to say fast. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Make sure you check out the free Facebook group, Print on Demand Mastery. Absolutely free. Join it, get involved in the conversations. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you like the video for me. Comment below with any questions at all. And also check out the Print on Demand playlist and the Teespring tutorial playlist, because I have so many videos covering so many different things to do with print on demand that's going to help you guys out. All right, thanks so much, guys.